I can't stop thinking about you.
Hello and welcome to Lorfen Gaming Plays Fable Anniversary. I'm your host Lorfen. In this Fable Anniversary video guide, I'm going to go ahead and guide the new players in the game of Fable Anniversary. As always, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Do not forget to hit the notification bell so be updated and much more. Wait a second, where's the waypoint? Why I'm in trouble? Why I'm dying in battle? I am lost. Help. I really need help. Don't panic. Help is on the way. With this guy, we'll go over the skills, tactics, and how to survive in Fable Anniversary. Saving your game is different in Fable Anniversary than the other games that have been seen on the channel. It's not instant where you go to the options menu, hit the save option, and then pick a slot to save. No, it is different. Now, because it's different, what happens is when you get to a checkpoint, in other words, enter a zone, you see the checkpoint icon, that's when you save your game. That's the perfect time to do so. If you don't do it, then you mess up. Well, you only get to that checkpoint, not of the other stuff you've done. So my advice is simple. If you want something done, make sure you see the checkpoint. Finish something like, for example, when in the fist fight game, mini game, go in and out of the zone and save there. Not that hard to follow. Let's speak about difficulty in this game. There's exactly two of them. I'm going to go ahead and give a straight advice. Don't go for the heroic one if this is your first time playing. If it's like your second or third time, then yeah, go up for the challenge. For this video, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the difficulties. Now, Chicken, this is your standard difficulty that was in the original Fable, Fable Anniversary, and much more. Now, this one's very simple, easy to play. Now, the next one's heroic. Difference is there's no resurrection vials, and potions are rare in this game. So when you're low on health, you're really low on health. So my advice is, if you're first time playing, pick the chicken difficulty, unless you want a real challenge. When you do first start out, take about a few minutes to get used to the controls. I'll get into greater detail about the combat portion. Now, this is for the PC version, usually WASD, unless you have a controller. If you're playing on the Xbox 360, then use the controller to move around. Now, if you want to talk on the PC version, that's the tab button. Now, it'll usually highlight like that also on the PC. I'm going to go ahead and say this. Talk to people in this game. You may never know. We'll get into greater detail on you definitely want to do that. So we're going to use the tab key just to show you all it works. And we're going to talk to this little girl who lost her teddy bear, Rosie. So my final advice is simple. Go ahead and explore. Know when to run. Just trust me. There's sometimes you need to run either away from foes or just through them if you're in a real hurry. So we're going to go ahead and get to the next part of the guide, which, if I remember correctly, is combat basics. I'm going to go ahead and give everybody the basics in combat. Don't worry, we'll talk about the three different types you could do in combat. So here's the basics. The shift key that is used normally for spells, and then you could use the left mouse button or right mouse button for your said spells. Now, if you go into melee combat, that's hitting the melee weapon you equip, you change to, and then you hit the melee button for that. Same thing with range. We'll get into that greater detail. As for blocking, hold in the middle button, and if you want to roll, then while holding the middle button, move in either direction. Now, if you want to lock on a target, hit the space bar on the PC version. It'll be a different button on the console version. So we will definitely get into greater detail for the three types. So let's get to the next part of the guide. I'm going to talk about the menu and UI. So on the upper right, when it shows is your health and willpower bar, your health gets depleted, you lose a life. Now, if you lose all your life without any resurrection files, game over. On the upper right is your mini map, also your stealth detector and your day and nighttime cycle. Bottom right is your commands you could use like attack, flourish, and more. The middle bar on the bottom is your hot bar. You store anything you want in there, from healing potions, eating, food, etc. On the lower left is your other commands too that you can get to quickly, like for example, tell your followers to follow, or use your guild crest to teleport. Now, this part of the menu is where your quests are at exactly, from completed quests to, you guessed it, other ones that are active. This is your map, so this way if you're ever lost, you can try and look for a location. This is where you definitely need to go. Now, next up on the list is your logbook. If you want to know anything lore, any items or such, well, this is the place you want to really dig into that, if you want to. Now, for the next part we're going to talk about is skills. It's the current skills that you are currently learning. This is like mainly for magic. For now, we're learning lightning 1. Later on, we'll learn a lot more. This is also your expressions too. You could hit on people, fart, belch, do anything good or evil to them. And later on, you get to steal from them too. Now, this is your experience. There's 4 types. Green means it's universal. Red means it's melee combat. You gain from experience by doing melee. Blue means that you use willpower. You gain experience from that. And yellow, of course, is where you gain from doing range attacks. Now, this is your hero character, including your alignment, renown, attractiveness, and scariness. Now, this is your equipment menu where you equip some items too, from weapons and armor. So if you don't like the look of certain items, then you get to switch it. This is also where you also hotbar, you guessed it, potions or anything else here too. Yeah, do hotbar some stuff. Just trust me, especially the healing potions and the will potions. You're going to need that quick access really quickly. Other than that, take a few minutes to study the UI and menus so this way you will know what to do. Let's talk about equipment in Fable Anniversary. Now, the heavier armor, the better armor rating there is. There's some certain items that has better armor rating than others, but still, yeah, it will definitely protect you against scars if you don't like scars. There's nothing really special after that. Now, there's 2 types of weapons you get to equip. There's melee and range. I'm just showing everybody off while I'm showing how to equip items is simple. You just go ahead and hit where. You can also equip the same thing with your weapons and armor. So definitely get the best weapons you want to use, and also the best bow you want to use too. So let's talk about the next part of the video. Let's talk about melee combat. And like I said before, just go ahead and use the either spacebar to target or not to target if you want to. Try to go for combos in melee combat so this way you'll highly benefit. If you can, attack from behind so this way you get some extra hits. Get combos up. More combos you get up, more of those green orbs are well worth it. So let's talk about range combat. I'm going to go ahead and go over the basics about range combat. So when you're using a bow and arrow, you can shoot like normal. However, best way to actually handle foes is the zoom in feature. So pull out your ranged weapon, then use the right button or mouse button to get in zoom in mode, and then use the middle mouse button to how much you can zoom in. Always try to aim for the head, especially with crossbows. So sometimes you get those instant kills. 1 shot, 1 kill. Now, sometimes if foes, for instance, get way too close, you can either roll back, use your ranged weapon, or switch to a different one. Still, aim for the head for the most part so you highly benefit from ranged combat. The last type of combat is willpower's combat, aka magic. So if you don't like to use melee or better yet range, well, guess what? You have willpower. Simple. Hold the shift button on the PC version and then either select the left mouse button or right mouse button to go ahead and use magic. The middle one, the scroll button, usually go ahead and switches out the type of spells. My advice on some magic is combine them with the other two. For example, slow time, then go into melee combat. So this way you can always attack foes from behind and much more. So let's talk about level up. When you do get enough experience points here by a whole bunch of green experience points or one of the other 3, it is time to level up. You can only level up at the Heroes Guild. So go in the green portal, then select which one you want to level up. Very simple, very easy to do. Now, if it's grayed out, that means you cannot actually get the skill. If it's like highlighted, you could definitely get. So we're going to go ahead and level Physique to level 1. So it's going to use up one of the other 3 and then the green last. It's time to go ahead and go over all the skills you could get in Fable Anniversary. There's 3 categories: strength, skill, and willpower. Some are alignment locked. However, more you get into strength, for example, much more stronger you become. More skills you get into, much taller you become. Now, more willpowers you get, more magic runes are all over your body, which is very neat. Along with the good and evil look, we'll touch upon good and evil later on in this guide. So for now, let's get to the skills you could definitely earn this game by leveling up. Now, first one's physique. This one determines how hard you can swing your weapon, do damage, also how strong you are. And another hidden thing is how much punches you can land on your foes in the fist fighting minigame before they get knocked down or quit. Now, next up is health. Is more health you have, more that health bar grows. So if you want more hit points or so, level this up like crazy. Now, next up on the list of the strength category is toughness. More points you have in the toughness, more that natural armor you have. In other words, AC. It'll be hard for you to be killed. So definitely remember that if you need to get that toughness really up there. Now, next up is the skill category. There's exactly 3 of them, so I will go over them. Now, speed affects your rate of fire with ranged weapons, also how fast you can swing a melee weapon in combat. Now, note some of them are slow, but still, speed will help out greatly. Now, next up is accuracy. So let me go ahead and talk about accuracy. What actually does is your precision in ranged combat. More points in accuracy, more damage you could do in ranged combat. So if you're using ranged combat quite a bit, boost up that accuracy big time is your first priority. Now, Guile, this will give you discount for traders later on. Gives you ability to learn some arts of being a thief. In other words, stealing and also not being detected. The next category is your willpower, so there's going to be a lot of them. Now, Inflame, this is like an AoE type of fire. So you just hit that, blast a whole bunch of foes. At higher level, that range is much more devastating. Now, after that is a Fireball. You shoot a Fireball, and of course it hits a foe. At higher level, that Fireball is so powerful, it does like a nice explosion. Great to have if you love fire. Now, after that is Battle Charge. Let me go ahead and tell everybody what that is exactly. It makes the caster go forward at great speed, smashing any foes in any path. Now, if you're a melee person, you want to couple this up together and you can do some devastating results. Now, next up is Multi-Strike. You get to strike twice against foes. You could combine this with other spells, but it's a little tricky. But still, this is a great melee willpower spell to use if you're really into that, of course. Now, next up on the list is Lightning. It does is it creates a lightning. It arches on the foes later on. This is your first basic spell you have. However, later on, it does some devastating stuff if you're really into that. Now, Divine Fury does is a nice AoE strike. Any foes around you will get damage inflicted upon. More into Divine Fury, the more damage it does. So, if you like that spell, go ahead, go for it. Infernal Wrath, dark spells called Fourth Energy, and their victims' lives are getting drained. And the higher levels, you get more damage you get to do on them. If you want to do something really sinister against foes, this is it here. Now, let's go to the next category of the spells, surround spells. Force Push, so it does a powerful blast, pushes enemies away from you. Consider like Force Push in Star Wars The Force Unleashed. Higher level in Force Push, more damage you get to do by pushing foes away. Now, next on the list is Turncoat. Here's the deal about that. It turns out your foes into allies, they attack their own buddies. And higher level with that, the longer it lasts. Now, bad news is only evil can master this up to a maximum level. Slow Time, the most OP spell in the game. Time slows around you, so this way you can attack enemies like crazy. Higher level, it lasts longer. There's 1 or 2 instances that Slow Time does not work, but still, it's the most OP and wrong spell in the game. Get this one ASAP maxed. Drain Life, this does is it drains life from one person or a foe, and it heals yourself. Only evil can master this, but if you like to drain lives of fools, go ahead and do so. Now, next up on the list is Summon. It summons a creature from the netherworld to help you out. Higher level, they last longer. Now, downside is only good alignment people can use this. It's a weird spell for a good alignment person to have, but still, they get something good. Now, let's go to the physical spells. Physical Shield. This will absorb an X amount of damage until your mana goes bye-bye. Now, here's the great news. Very useful spell. Couple it with slow time, and you go into melee crazy. Bad news about Physical Shield is alignment good can only max that out. Berserk, you go into a frenzy, your speed, your strength gets increased. And of course, your uncivilized, you go berserk. Only evil can master this. And berserk is great to couple it for melee combat. Assassin Rush, this does is you disappear and then you instantly try to get behind your target. This one's alright to have, but I'd probably say skip it. Heal Life, this is what this does exactly. You can heal yourself or target on your good people and heal them. This is great to have for escort quests, and only the good can really master this. Next up on the list is the Ghost Sword. Let me go ahead and click that. This does is summons a sword from the netherworld to do battle on behalf of the caster. This basically does this is it has swords to help you out. More into that, more swords will get summoned. Great to have if you're more in the summoning combat and let them do all the dirty work for you. Multi-arrow, this spell is fires multiple arrows at once. Higher level, it generates even more arrows. If you're really in a ranged combat, go ahead and give this a nice whirl. Let's go to the last category. Let me select that one. Magic power. So more magic power you have, more your willpower bar gets increased. You definitely want to do this if you really cast a whole bunch of spells all the time. That's it for the magic power, strength, and skills you can gain in Fable Anniversary. For this next part of this new player guide, we're going to go ahead and talk about the questing system and, of course, boss fights and how they work. So, gold quests are usually from certain NPCs like the one up ahead or straight ahead that table. Now, the silver quests are usually from the table. As for bronze ones, you'll find them in all over the world. So that's why you always talk to NPCs. So this way you get some bronze quests. Some of these can be done quickly, or some of the others are throughout the game, like certain bronze quests. So in order to go ahead and grab a quest, that's very simple. For this one, we're going to do the Wasp Queen one. So we're going to do Wasp Menace, grab it from the guild table since it's highlighted. And there's our gold quest. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So once you do get a quest like that, there'll be a gold icon or a gold arrow. They'll tell you to go the correct direction. Now, there are sometimes boasts you get before taking a quest. If you want to go ahead and boast like crazy, go ahead and do so. I only recommend that early on, maybe once or twice, and then just ignore it because there's other ways to get experience points too. So what I'm doing right now is following the waypoint to the quest marker. Or in this case, this guy here. So what we're going to go ahead and do is kill some wasps. So we're going to go into this area. I'm going to guide everybody through this one right now. There'll be a nice cutscene and they'll tell us our quest objective. So we're seeing in there is there some wasps that are attacking some innocent people. Now, if you're evil, aim for the people first, especially with a bow and arrow. Then aim for the wasp. So since I'm playing a good playthrough for this one, for this guide, I'm just aiming for the wasp. See, we're getting some experience points, in my case melee, and some of course combo meters really up there. So once you're done with a objective, you will definitely move on to the next part. So let me go ahead and grab all these nice orbs, and we're going to be treated to a boss fight. So I'm telling everybody on how the boss fights work. Now, some of the bosses will have certain conditions. You need to go ahead and defeat them before actually hitting the boss itself. Now, the boss has a mirror that's a creature's face, and it's green. So you need to make sure you go from making it all green to 0. It'll change color, means it'll get closer to its demise. So keep that in mind. And it just summoned another set of wasps, so we just defeated those. We'll go ahead and use our ranged weapon to annihilate it. I'm using the zoom in feature so this way I could get some extra critical hits. We're just going to hit it a few more times and that should do it. Yep, I got knocked back. That's alright. I'm going to see if it'll summon anything else. Use whatever tactics you want to defeat a boss, how comfortable you're with. I'm using magic just to finish it off. And there you go. That is how you defeat a boss. And sometimes it'll go on through the story, or other times like this you'll see a quest complete. You will get renown, experience points, extra experience if you complete any of the bosses, and trophies. Yes, you will get trophies for your house. And you want these trophies, so this way you put in your house and make it more value if you're renting it out. There you go, quest complete. We also got some money too. So let's go ahead and talk about the next part of the guide. In Fable Anniversary, there is the good and evil alignment system. Oh yeah, there's good and evil, alright. There are ways to become good and evil. I'm going to show you right now one of the good ways. So you see, this poor guy's in trouble. He's getting tasked by some bugs. We're going to kill a few, and as soon as they are dead, you see the person with the halo icon, that's doing a good act. If you see devil horns, you're doing an evil act. So I'm going to give everybody this chart right now on how to become good and evil in this game. Here is how to be good in Fable Anniversary. Kill plenty of foes, like for example bandits, bugs, and monsters. Anyone that is evil basically. Wear good armor, like for example light and bright armor. You definitely want those. They'll give you a temporary boost in the good alignment. Donate money to the Temple of Avo. Yeah, that's correct. You donate money, you get good alignment points. Do good story choices and good quests. That's one way to definitely go ahead, become good. Now, eat tofu. This gives you some good points. Now, here's the thing about food in this game. You will become fat. You'll be fat for a while until you get into combat or something like that for a few hours. That's a warning on that. And that's about it for the good side. Let's talk about the evil side. Here is how to be evil in Fable Anniversary. Attacking the innocents. Yeah, just keep on hitting them. Kill the innocents. That's much better. Stealing. That's right. Steal from houses. Steal from people. Steal from shops. Break things. aka vandalism. Go for that window. Sacrifice followers to the Chapel of Scorn people. That's one way to become evil, and you get a nice toy from it by sacrificing a lot. Do evil quests and choices. You see evil quests and such, go for it. Last but not least, wear dark armor. It's temporary, but you get some evil alignment points there. And more good you go for, the better looks you go. Now, if you're more evil acts you're doing, you get some nice horns and some red evil runes. So let's talk about the next part of this guide. For the next part of the video, we're going to go ahead and talk about the shop system. In Fable Anniversary, the original Fable, or Fable, the original game plus the lost chapters, you could really benefit from the shop system. Now, there's quantities limited in shops, so for example, you need some potions, well, you could buy them all and then go ahead and, of course, use them if you want to. So simple, just talk to the NPC and trade. Now, there's times for it means it's in stock, however, it takes about 2 days for it to stock up. Keep that number in mind in case you want to really game the system. So for example, you buy out all these apples, and then you could do is sell them to another place if they need apples. Yeah, just go ahead and game the system that way. Now another thing I'm going to show you about the shops, there's 2 very important items that you should get right away. They are used for either in quests or later on looking for collectibles. Yeah, we'll ignore the Colas Gate stuff. So we're going to talk to this guy, and we're going to buy 2 things from him that I do consider that is very important. Go to the key part there, get the fishing rod, and get the spade. You're asking why you get those 2. Well, you want to fish in this game, you get really a lot of stuff from fishing and digging. You get some good things too. Also, there's some collectibles you could dig up too. We're going to go ahead and sign the 2 items I just bought right now. And yeah, make sure you sign your fishing rod and your spade so this way you go fishing or dig something up. And one more thing, just make sure you know your shops, what they sell, and then you can buy what you need. So let's get to the next part of this guide. In Fable Anniversary, there are varieties of mini games you definitely want to try. There are some you really want to do. In fact, there's one quest that related to the mini games. you'll see one of the end results of one of the mini games that does pertain to said quest. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you on how to benefit from some of these mini games. We're gonna do this one right now. First, you want to always bet 1 coin, so this way you mess up, you don't lose much gold. Now this one here is objects to match the numbers, and you try to do is beat the target time. Go for the extras. I am serious. So for example, I think it's under 30 seconds, you get a special reward, so go for that. See, I'm matching the cards up, just doing it real quick, so you will need to be fast. Now, I do have a video guide on how to actually choose 2 of the mini games, so I'll definitely put that in the description. Other than that, just keep on matching the cards like I am in a very fast paced, and you should get this mini game done real quick. See, 28.7 seconds because I was really quick and fast. I got a new high score, and with that excellent score, I get a prize, which is one of the dolls. Yeah, the dolls are part of the this long and big quest. So yeah, play these mini games. Go have fun with it. Go fishing. Go do the fist fighting gang. So let's talk about the next part of the video. In Fable Anniversary, you're going to need money to buy things and much more. So my advice on getting money is simple. Kill plenty of foes. If they drop usually diamonds or jewelry or gems, go ahead and sell it. Now just go ahead and trade with certain vendors. Like for example, if they don't have something that they're selling and you do, go ahead and sell that to them too. Play the mini games, do the fist fighting gang, and do any other activities in this game too. Yeah, and another thing you could do is get some money is just simply go questing. That'll help out big time. So let's talk about the fist fighting gang mini game. I normally would in other guides put it in the mini game section. However, the Fist Fighters gang deserves its own section. There's some special rules and conditions in order to win each of them. First of all, you need to be at night. That's very important. Second, you need to talk to this guy. It's usually a guy who looks like a brute. Third, now when you get in the arena, if you step out and it's over 10 seconds, you lose the match. You have to wait 24 in-game hours. Yeah, that's correct. 24 in-game hours exactly. If you get hit too many times, yeah, guess what? You lose the match. Again, 24 in-game hours you wait. Also, if you keep on beating your opponent senselessly and they get hit too many times, you move on to the next round, or if you're in the final round, you won the fight. Last but not least, try not to get hit. Less you get hit, more gold you rake in. I believe you can do this only once if you win the entire thing. There's X amount of rounds. Now, I'm going to tell everybody some tactics and, of course, some suggestions too. Now, before starting the Fist Fighters gang, you want high physique. More physique you have, less amount of punches you need to land blows on foes. This is especially useful later on during the tougher Fist Fighters gang. So another thing is always target your opponent. Be aggressive or defensive, depending on who you're fighting. Now this guy I'm just punching like crazy, and he just blocks. So do a flourish when he blocks so he gets knocked down. Another good tactic is if your opponent is definitely knocked down, just make sure you circle around him. And if he's back up somehow, then go ahead and punch him from behind. What this does is your opponent will be stuck. He can't hit you. You can hit him. That's important too. Another tactic I like to give out is roll a lot too. Just trust me. Sometimes it'll get you in a back position and you'll destroy opponents. I like to flourish too so he gets knocked down if that pops up too. See, I'm doing a lot of flourishes in there. Because my physique got 2 for tier 1, we're about to wreck this guy. Another thing, the final boss does a cheap kick. So sometimes start out with a block. So he does it and then cycle between punches. Be careful with the fist fighting gang because if you do punches in a row, all of them will not connect in Fable Anniversary. So be warned about that. There, I just defeat all the opponents and I'll get the reward. I only got hit once, so I have a lot of gold. So save before doing this and then keep on doing it until you feel you have desired gold or you just won the Fist Fighters gang mini game. There's 4 of them you have to do. I showed you one. It's this location. You have to find the other 3. Let's talk about the teleports in this game plus day and night cycle. Now for a day and night cycle, certain things happen in daytime and night. For nighttime, for example, activities like the Fistfires gang will happen. Shops will close at night. Daytime, shops will open. You visit certain NPCs in the day. So go ahead and sleep at inns or in your house when you do buy a house. So this way you can change it from day to night. As for teleportation, you can use the teleport behind me or the guild seal. Now the guild seal will leave a recall point, so this way you call back to the area you just teleported from. Great to use too. So definitely know where to teleport, know when to recall if you're using the guild symbol. Plus make sure you go ahead and time your day and nighttime activities so you don't have to waste any gold or time if you own your own house. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about some final advice. I'm gonna go ahead and give some advice before I do go. If you have the extra cash, go ahead and have fun with the hero title vendor. You get some good titles from them. Another thing is take advantage of Fable Anniversary Religion. You'll get some good stuff from it. And yeah, this game you can age by how long you play. Well, Religion can help you out with the aging process. I won't tell you all the great details. You need to discover that for yourself. Go ahead and hunt for silver keys. You could dig for them, fish for them, or discover them. Like for example, through this path here. Do the demon doors. You'll get some nice loot sometimes from it. Other times they're alright. Take advantage of foes in combat. You can attack them from behind. Go ahead and do so. Use slow time plus physical shield. So this way you slow down the foes while you have that extra protection. Same thing with slow time. And of course berserk, so you have that extra boost in offense. Other than that, if you know how to make money, go ahead and take advantage of that. Talk to people. That's important. As for requests, I'm going to just say this very simply. Go ahead and start with the silver ones, then the gold ones. Try to do the bronze in between them. And another thing is, yeah, go fishing. It's real fun. Just remember when you do fish that don't smash the button too fast, because if it gets to a red line, you go beyond it, the line breaks. Otherwise, grind for experience points. And if you get those skill potions, use them beyond combo 25 to 30 to get the full benefit from it. Well, everyone, this is it for my Don't Panic Fable Anniversary New Player Guide. This is Lord Fenton signing off. Thanks for watching and have a great day or night. Please stay safe. Please subscribe to my channel for more content like this. If you like what you see, then pick my suggestion on the upper left hand corner or YouTube suggestion on the bottom left hand corner. Have a great day or night and do some serious damage in video games.